Hello, I'm Andy Norman from Antek Automation and welcome to Quick Tips. Today, a far better way to think about the content on your website, because the usual way, the way almost everybody does it, rarely brings in a single phone call. Let me describe the usual way first and see if it sounds familiar. A firm decides it should be doing content, so they hire a writer, they brief them loosely on their practice areas or services. The writer produces a few blog posts, they get published. And then everyone quietly hopes that Google notices and the leads start rolling in. I call this approach publish and pray. And the honest truth, the one nobody wants to say at the marketing meeting, is that it almost never moves the needle on actual new client inquiries. You get some words on a page and very little to show for it. There's a much better approach, and interestingly, it's borrowed from engineering rather than from marketing. It's called content engineering. And instead of treating content as an occasional creative act, a nice to have you get round to, it treats content as a deliberate, systematic process. A process designed from the start to do two specific jobs: to rank for the things people actually search for, and to convert the reader who lands there into a booked consultation. The shift sounds subtle, but it changes absolutely everything. Here's the heart of it. Instead of starting with the question, what do we fancy writing about this month? You start with a completely different question. What are prospective clients actually searching for, and what exactly do they need to read before they'll feel confident enough to pick up the phone and call us? You start with them, not with you. And this is the part most content misses entirely, you build every single piece to do those two jobs at once. Rank in search and convert the reader. Most content out there does one of those, or honestly neither. It either ranks but doesn't persuade, or it's persuasive but nobody ever finds it. So how do you actually apply this in your firm? 3 steps. First, do the research properly. Find the real questions and the real phrases your clients use in their words, not the internal jargon you and your colleagues use. There are tools for this, but even just listening to your inquiry calls is a goldmine. Second, for each of those real questions, write a piece that genuinely fully answers it and then ends by making the next step completely obvious. Book a consultation, call this number, here's exactly what happens next. Don't make them guess. Third, make it a system, a repeatable monthly process, not a heroic one-off burst of effort that fizzles out after 3 posts. Consistency, done deliberately, is what compounds. For a small firm going up against national brands with huge budgets, this is genuinely how you scale your visibility without sacrificing quality or accuracy. So to recap, 1. Start with what your clients actually search for, not what you fancy writing. 2. Build every piece to both rank and convert. 3. Make it a repeatable system, not the occasional post. The full guide is on the blog. I'm Andy Norman. This has been Antek Automation. Find us at antekautomation.com.